Hey guys, it's Friday. It is time for another video, and I hope you're ready to win because I know we are. This is a video dedicated to World of Final Fantasy and the most recent spoiler that we've seen, and Square Enix was also hyping as well, Win. Now, this is a 2-drop that wants you to be heavily into the World of Final Fantasy theme. Now, it is worth noting that it is characters, so you do get the benefit of being able to play both forwards and backups, and as long as we're on the field, she is going to get huge. And really, what is the payoff? You're going to have a 10,000 power 2-drop with Brave. So it's going to be attacking, it's going to be blocking, it's going to be doing everything that you want it to be doing. Now, we do have to, again, have a very focused World of Final Fantasy deck, but there's one thing I think that slipped by and we really want to talk about is also Phoenix. So this is kind of a dual video, if you will, talking about both these cards. Phoenix allows you to bring back a 2-cost forward. So it allows you to play into this theme of having a deck that has a lot of valuable forwards, the 2-drop spot like Vivi. Win is obviously going to be a good one for the late game. You can play Scarmillion. There's a lot of different things you can do. So if you haven't already, after this video, go check out the dirt cheap deck write-up that David Cox did for Mognet, so I'll put a link down there below, and he did a deck that was all focused around Phoenix, and I think that's absolutely where you want to be with this deck. It is going to take a little bit longer to get set up. You want to be able to have ways to bring it back multiple times, and if you can just stick this on the board and then use your summons for recursion, it's going to be very difficult for your opponent to come back from this. Now, yes, being a 2-drop, it is going to open it up to things like the 4-cost Odin. It's going to open it up to Seymour. It's going to open it up to more options than, say, if it was a 5 or 6-drop. But, that's kind of the price you have to pay. But going on from that, what are we going to be playing in this deck? Now, it is a fire forward. And I do want to add the caveat here that we haven't seen all of Opus IV yet. We don't know what other characters are going to be included from World of Final Fantasy. However, Rain and Lan absolutely are going to be a key duo here because one can tutor the other, and it's just a good, Lan's is a good forward to have for aggressive nature. Now, because of Wind Water being so dominant in the meta, he hasn't been as great as he used to be. If we shift away from that, with Pain and those other 7k forwards being a thing, if we shift away from that, I think this can definitely come back. However, for the first core of the deck, I'd absolutely be looking into running both of these. And the good thing to note here is that Rain can definitely protect Lan from being able to die in combat, so they block with a 7k, you pump it with 1,000, unless they have like a Cyclops or a Belias or some other kind of battle trick, you are going to be able to be free to attack. So it is a little bit trickier to pull off in this meta, but I do think it is absolutely worth it. From there, we go into Earth. Yes, you can see this is exactly the element combination that the Dirt Cheap deck was, and probably still going to be the best home for this. So we have the girl who forgot her name. It is a tutor for World of Final Fantasy. So this right here, I want to stop and take a moment to appreciate. We also saw the Mecha Chocobo, so you have the option to play other World of Final Fantasy forwards. I didn't include them here, but you have the Earth Trio, the villains, if you will, from the game that give you 2 more backups. I thought that was a little bit too dedicated to the plan. I think you want to be focusing this deck more around, just the synergy between 2-drops and Phoenix. If it gets to the late game, you have this unbeatable forward that can really pressure your opponent, and you want to just be playing these other cards that can help build up into that package. So this is a card that I think that, yes, it is a category World of Final Fantasy IV, so we have to wait and see what other ones we get. I think we will probably still see 1 or 2 more, so she's going to be a tutor. Again, at worst, she's going to be able to tutor Win late game for you, so you have the option of only running 1 to 2, so they can tutor up when you need it. And then we have Enacro, which is going to give your Earth forwards plus 1,000 power. Again, this is going to be great for things like Gang and Ursula, which we're going to go talk about in a little bit more, but we are focusing on just World of Final Fantasy right now, but it does have its place with giving you another World of Final Fantasy character. And then, of course, we have the other backup that we should really mention is Tama. Now, this is great for playing Gapal if you want to play defensively. It's great for dropping in this case, if you late game, you can drop in Win as a surprise 10k blocker. It's going to be pretty spicy. And then maybe not as much love, but it does work with Phoenix in a way that both players can get even more stuff back, is Seraphy. Now, I'm not a big fan of this card, but let's say that we do see something that gives a World of Final Fantasy a special, so then we can, really abuse it with the tutor package. We can bring back multiple of them with Seraphy. Now, because of that, I don't think that it's realistic that we're going to see something with a very good special effect. We might see a card with a special effect that's just not as strong, but it's still an option. We don't know where this is going to go, but it's something I'd kind of keep in my back pocket and maybe see where it goes from there. And then lastly, Masked Woman. Now, this is a card that hasn't been seeing a lot of play, surprisingly, outside of maybe some Mono Earth decks. It's kind of a 1 to 2 of, but it does have the option to break a dull forward of cost 4 or less. So this does play again into that more build up to the late game kind of role, a way to generate value, also giving you a backup. There's a lot of heavy lifting that this card can be doing for this type of deck. And with that, it brings us to the list that we always like to include for you guys at the end. Now, the note here is that Onion Knight is a placeholder for Win. Obviously, we don't have a image that we could put over this in the deck builder that was currently available, so that's just a placeholder. Machina making an interesting choice here as well as just kind of a filler role. So again, I really want to focus on the list that was on Magnet. I'll drop a comment or the link in the comments section so you guys can click on that and really use that as a shell, because I think that is going to be the best starting place for the deck. Now you will see there's a bunch of, you know, ones and two ofs that maybe the tweaking needs to happen. Change a few of those numbers as you like. Have fun with it, guys. The real big question I kind of mentioned early on, and I put it down there below, what else is Opus 4 going to bring? I think that there's still a lot of room for this deck. Maybe we don't see an Opus 4, but maybe we see an Opus 5. I think this is absolutely the type of card, based on what we already have and kind of an already solid deck strategy, that you want to keep in your back pocket, because having it just a 10k that you can recur, you know, multiple times in a game, late game, and has Brave is going to win you the game. It's just going to be able to pressure your opponent until they run out of resources. So I am super excited to see where this deck goes. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to drop us a like down below if you did. Really helps us get the word out there about Final Fantasy. Comment down below what kind of deck that you are thinking about using Win in, and of course subscribe for future Final Fantasy trading card game content. So on behalf of myself and the rest of Six Sages Gaming, thank you so much for watching, guys, and we'll catch you on the next video. Have a good one. And this video made possible thanks to the Patreon support of viewers such as yourself. Thank you to our honorary sages.